Hey folks, how you doing? So today I want to talk a little bit about productivity. So I just released on my blog an article called Productivity and the Art of Getting Shit Done. Now the idea of the article is it starts with me talking about the fact that I am really terrible at certain stuff. You know, I'm not particularly artsy, I'm not particularly creative. There are a lot of skills that I don't have, but one of the things that I really do is productivity. So if you haven't checked out the article, I recommend you go and check it out up there. I'll leave a little annotation in the description, so follow that link. When you come back from reading that, or if you already have read it, I talk about a 2-page booklet that you can use, almost a 2-page sort of sheet where you can note down your goals and what you sort of aim to do in order to make yourself more productive. So what I wanted to quickly do today is show you the system that I use to get a lot of stuff done in a very short space of time. So if I grab my sheet up here, might be a little tough for you guys to see, but what I've got is 2 pages. So if I walk you through, on this side, what I do is I get my long-term goals. So if you've read the article already, you're coming back, you should be quite familiar with what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then basically my long-term goals are my goals, you know, maybe a few months, maybe a year in the long, you know, so the long-term stuff that I want to get towards. So here, I'm just going to run you through an example. So for me, I've got my long-term goals: build an online business and grow stronger. It's almost like that's what I'm doing, right? So from that, what I do on a weekly basis is I grab myself some specific actions that are going to get me towards those goals. So I've got my long-term goals up here, then down here, underneath it on the left, I've got my specific actions. So if I want to build an online business, I want to research and pick a website provider. I want to start designing my website. I want to research social media, and I want to start posting on social media. So what I've done is I come up with specific actions that don't just involve research or planning, they actually involve doing, creating, getting something positive down as soon as possible. And of course I've got workout times 3. I want to get stronger, I've got to be in the gym, I've got to be training myself. So what I do with these specific actions is then I take them over to my right hand side column where I've written Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I've not written Sunday. I've got to give myself 1 day off or I'll get in absolute trouble with the missus, and to be honest I'll probably burn myself out. I'll work too much, so that's exactly what I'd recommend you to do as well. Choose 5 or 6 days, try not to go too much over them. And yeah, what I'll do is I'll then take these specific actions that I've talked about here and I assign them one by one to certain days. So my Monday has research and pick a specific website, a website provider, and then have a quick workout. And then I've tabled all these specific actions to certain days across the week, and then I just tick them off as I work through. What I've also done is I've added my minimum and maximum estimated times for those tasks. So, for picking a website provider, I've put 2 to 3 hours. Fairly simple. I've allowed myself 2 to 3 hours. For a workout, I've allowed myself 1 hour to an hour and a half, okay? So I'm not going to be finding myself angry if my workout runs over a little bit, but equally I'm not going to be sort of imagining that it's only going to take 15 minutes. So I've given a realistic time frame to complete the different tasks that I've done. That is pretty much the system as a whole. And when I look at it there, it seems remarkably simple, but what it does is it allows you to target your days. It allows you to target your productivity, so you can target specific actions. You know what you're doing. There's never that moment where you can drift off into that sort of strange place where you don't do any work. A lot of studies have even shown that typically we have an attention span of around 22 minutes if we're not particularly engaged with the task. So you've got to maximize every moment of attention that you can get, and that's exactly what this tool does. It doesn't allot as much work per day, but it gives you very targeted work with very specific goals, and if you know what your goals are, then you can be driven towards doing them. So all I need to do is literally shift my eyes a few inches to the left and I can see all my long-term goals. I can see everything that I want to accomplish, and that helps keep me motivated to do the shorter term stuff that I might not be as fussed on doing. So that is the secret, I guess, the secret to productivity. And if you can do that with commitment week in, week out, if you can get into those habits, then I really do think there's nothing you can't accomplish if you set your mind to it. I hope that helps, guys. It's pretty much it for today. I'll probably be posting again next week, so stay tuned. If you like the video, then like the video. And yeah, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.